Hey everyone, and welcome back to Legally Teaching and Engineer Sports. I'm Dylan Loga here with Sam and Max Loga. Today will be January 25th, and the Michigan Wolverines are still the 2023 college football national champions, and the Detroit Lions are headed to the NFC title game. Whoa,
Wow.
wild stuff.
Wow.
Oh,
I
oh,
mean, the great week of being a Michigan fan just continues.
yep.
The
Don't
train rolls on.
Yep. Don't care if Jimmy's trading his maize and blue for a different shade of blue and yellow. Don't even, doesn't bother me. It's good for him. Go get paid, my guy. Tonight will be, before we get into all that good stuff, I know we're lathering at the mouth. Tonight will be episode 70. The title, Bleeding the Honolulu Blue or Bandwagoner. That's right. Let's get into it, boys.
Lions won again. Another one. You know the Lions won again. We do. All we do is fucking win. Come on, bitch. You know the Lions won again, bitch. You know the Lions won again. Another one. You know the Lions won again. Come on.
The amount of times I heard that on Monday morning into Tuesday is just absurd.
Love that.
All the good videos coming out of Detroit. It's awesome.
So we're gonna do a regular segment where we talk about if you're a bandwagon fan or if you're a true blue lion, Honolulu Blue Lions fan. Before we get to that, and we're gonna do Sam's Cooler Talk. Before we get to that, we're gonna do Roundtable. Before we get to that, who are we gonna have on again, Sam?
Forward, field, Frank. You know we gotta bring him back on. We gotta see what the environment was like. Game 2 playoffs.
I can only imagine. I'm excited to have Frank on, talk his thoughts, walk us through his thoughts. Um, Max, you were downtown, so before Frank gets on, what are your thoughts? You were down there in the midst of the crowd. You didn't go to the game, but you were in the hubbub. How was it?
I was in the hubbub. It was wild. We didn't cross over Woodward to go towards Ford Field Comerica side. We stayed on the south side of Woodward, kind of, and I saw parking spots for $150, and there was lines of cars waiting to pull into said spots, which was just absurd. I had friends get downtown at 8:30 to get to a bar, and there was already a line outside of said bar to get into it. And I rolled up downtown probably 10:30, 11. The game wasn't until 3, and this dirt hole bar that Dylan knows, it's called Bookies. We've probably seen a total of 60 people in it max, the amount of times we've been in there, and there was 560 people in it on Sunday. Just stupid. Stood for 6 hours, couldn't get a table. We finally got a table. The people next to us were going to the game. Dickheads, by the way. They sold their table to this like younger couple-ish group. How much do you think they sold a table for?
150.
Nah, it's not that steep, but Sam.
Yeah, so $50.
Yeah, $50. They sold the $50 a table. Like, what the hell, people? Yeah, dickheads for that. But
Wild.
the environment was sweet. I texted Dylan multiple times. I was going through it. TV situation wasn't ideal. The environment was though pretty sweet. People hooting and hollering and cheering when good things would happen. So it was good.
Awesome. Yeah, it's definitely not for me. I don't know about you, Sam. You can chime in, but not for me to be in the general pop. If I'm not at the game itself, I don't want to hear sister over there telling me about how that shouldn't have been offsides when it was clearly offsides. I don't need that. Um, so I was happy with my TV situation at home. Actually, went and played some darts. Watched the game, enjoyed it, hooped and hollered on my own. Excited, can't wait for the NFC Championship game. It'll be the last game on Sunday. As the Lions will head to San Francisco and play the 49ers. There was a chance there that the Packers were going to upset the 49ers. A coworker of mine today said what I said to Dad, and Dad, I could feel his jaw drop on the phone. I'm glad the 49ers beat the Packers. I want the Detroit Lions to go into San Fran. I think feels better.
I
I think
think
it
if
sets them up.
it does, but I also think if Packers were coming into Ford Field, the Packers just beat said the two best teams in the NFC. Young gunslinger Jordan Love. That's a dangerous combo right there for the
Yeah,
Lions. So I'm
yeah.
glad, like you said, Dylan, it's San Fran. Put Detroit back on the underdog mentality. Go get them. We're gonna bite your kneecaps on the way up, kind of thing.
Yeah, you best believe I'm taking that +7 and then a couple other touchdown parlays. but I'm also 1,000,000% taking that money line. That's sexy as heck. So yeah. Sam, take a mortgage out and just put it all on Lions money line.
Very tempting. I mean,
Yeah.
got to make money somehow to get to the Super Bowl, right? So maybe that's the way we do it.
Are you going to Super Bowl, Sam?
Yeah. Let me just find an extra 20K laying around.
Super Bowl is in Las Vegas. Hopefully one of us will be there. Regardless, as we discussed, the Lions are headed back or are headed for the first time in forever. So first time that we've been alive to the NFC Championship game. They've never been to a Super Bowl. The Lions have not. And I'm going to say it because we've already heard it from Frank. Ford Field Frank, welcome. And Mr. Ford Field Frank will be boots on the freaking ground in San Francisco, rooting the Lions on to their hopeful first ever Super Bowl appearance. Frank, thanks for joining us again.
Oh, God, thanks. It is so fantastic to be back because since I'm back, that means the Lions won. And it is so fantastic to be back.
I texted
I
Frank
will
before.
have boots on the ground. We're going into enemy territory, and honestly, wouldn't have it any other way. Love it. It would be great to be playing like the game at Ford Field, but it just kind of feels like with Michigan, you had to go through Bama, and it's like, because when we win this national title, win this Super Bowl, there isn't anything you can say.
Amen.
We did it. Like, we had to do it like, oh, but you didn't have to play on the road, or, oh, you didn't have to take out San Fran, the 1 seed. No, we'll take care of our own business. And I'm honestly very confident in this team.
Amen. I
Go
love
ahead.
it. No, yeah, I love it. It's kind of like when you're playing Survivor. If you don't win an immunity challenge, how can you really be voted as the winner of Survivor? I think the Lions
True.
going on the road to San Fran, number 1 seed, they're going to look, everyone in the NFL is going to look around and be like, holy fuck. So,
Yeah. And you saw what Green Bay did to them, running on the ground. I mean, it's not going to be the same team. I think you're going to catch them a little bit. I think the rain a little bit kind of helped Green Bay slightly, but we have a way better running game than them. And if you thought like you had a hard time handling their running game, have fun with Thunder and Lightning with Gibbs and Monty, because it's going to be a long, long day. And then everything off of that, will play action, the screens, and then occasionally take that shot over the top. I love it. I love everything about how we match up. Yeah, San Fran can get some pressure, only rushing 4. Cool. We got the best O-line in the league.
amen.
Good luck. And
So
you know what? Like, I just one more thing. I noticed a little bit too with Aaron Jones when they were playing, he kind of would get in there and little kick out to the outside, and that's kind of where he did a lot of his damage. Put better people than to help you kick it outside than Penei Sewell and Taylor Decker. Taylor Decker had a phenomenal game against the Bucs that no one talks about. I feel like he's one of the most slept on left tackles. Like, sure, he's probably not a superstar, top 3 type left tackle. He's a damn good one though, too.
Yeah, he is. And he's scary as shit. Like that dude, I would never want to see that guy in an alley. He's scary. It's a very scary.
all 6. Yeah. And somehow our ref missed him reporting. I won't bring it up again. I just had to once.
All right, so that's a good insight into heading to San Fran. Can't wait for it. 6:30 on Fox. We got Mr. Olsen and Burkhart on the Fox call. Can't wait. Frank will be there. Before we get to that game, a couple more questions. Let's go back. Sam, do you have any questions for Frank regarding the divisional game against the Bucs?
Louder or quieter?
So I know the decibel thing said it was louder because I think that was happening in victory formation again. So Ford Field, or I think it might have been right after the interception. It just felt like it was a great environment, but it just felt like the tiniest scotch of a notch down from the Rams, just because of maybe the implications. Like, got Stafford coming back into town.
Yeah.
First playoff game in forever, and it's at home. And then you got like the Goff Stafford trade kind of coming full circle. It's like it felt a little bit more personal, that Rams game. And maybe it's because like people were picking the Rams against us too, even though we were the favored to win that game. It felt like if we lost that Tampa Bay game, like we kind of choked one away, pissed it away a little bit, because we beat them 20-6. And I was talking on this podcast. I was a little bit nervous. I didn't like how we were overlooking them a little bit, but we were having some injuries, beat them 20-6 anyway. But like, there was 2 throws I know if Baker hit, it's like, that's a different game. So it was a 13-6 game most of that game. We threw one over the top to J-Mo and put it to 20-6 in the game in Tampa. But
No.
Mike Evans, though, is an absolute stud.
He's
Holy shit. I mean, at the same time, Cam Sutton is kind of a bum, but my God, Mike Evans is a stud. I wouldn't mind seeing him in Honolulu Blue for 2 years.
And I'll tell you what right now.
Gosh.
I agree. He's a downfield threat that the Lions. Jameson's trying to be that guy. Donovan Peoples-Jones maybe could be that guy. They don't have one yet. It's a problem, maybe. But I'm going to flip it now. Sam, good question on the factor of the loudness. Max, I know you have a question, but I'm going to flip it to San Fran. I don't think they have a receiver type even close that can smell Mike Evans. They got a Chris Godwin who's kind of like a like DK Metcalf and Debo, but he might not play. So I don't know. We'll see.
Wow, I was just reading while Frank was doing his first intro there, and Debo's not practicing today or tomorrow, and he still has pain, according to the report today. So
Love it.
Love it.
I love our chances without Debo. I mean, I'm not too worried about Debo anyway. To quote my favorite safety, CJ Gardner Johnson or CD Deuce, you're a running back, bro. You can't run routes. You're a running back. I mean, you're a damn good one. Brandon Ayuk, on the other hand, is a phenomenal route runner. I think he might be the guy that gets 150 yards on us, but like
it's going to be. We just got to continue that. Like
exactly,
hey,
it's going to be like corners through the middle corner routes. Nothing like over the top with Brandon Ayuk. He is going to make some plays, but keep him in front. Bend, don't break. The Lions defense seems to be able to bend, not break.
between the 20s,
they're going to get their stats, but when you get into that red zone, lock it down. I like our chances.
Amen. Max?
I was going to ask you, what are your thoughts on Zach Ertz joining the club?
I love it because I look at it like I'm not bringing Zach Ertz in to replace Laporta.
Mm-hmm.
He's our number 2 tight end. And I would like to think he's an upgrade from Brock Wright, but man, Brock Wright always finds a way to come up clutch. But it's like, hey, is it Brock Wright or is it Ben Johnson scheming him into a beautiful play wide open? So I don't know. I love it though. I think it's great. And if anything, get a former, I think 2 or 3 time Pro Bowl tight end to learn from with Laporta, learn the ropes, a couple little savvy bet tricks. It's a great move. I love it.
I read Campbell said today that it's just supposed to all on his conditioning. He's in great condition. It's just how well he can pick up the playbook and how well he can hold his own. And if he can do it, they're playing him this weekend. So that's sweet.
I mean, I love him over James Mitchell. I'd take him any day over James Mitchell.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah,
That's bonkers.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's Zach Ertz. Imagine someone trying to go get a ring and sign with the Lions. We are really.
I know it. How crazy is that? That's what I thought too. Is like, oh, Zach Ertz said he's only going to sign with the contender. This just in, Zach Ertz signed with the Lions. It's like, what world is this? This is awesome. I love this shit.
I love it. All right. My only, question for you: what will be your attire for the San Fran game?
Boy. So I'm going back and forth with not drawing too much attention because I want to get home safely to my family. But I think I'm leaning towards, even though I don't look fantastic with my shirt off, I think I'm going to paint myself with my cousin, who's a very large human. So I don't have to worry about getting picked on, hopefully, too much. I'm going to make sure he comes to the bathroom with me because I have a funny feeling go to the bathroom painted blue. I'm going to have a target on my back. But I think I'm going to paint myself. We're going to be 8 rows up in the end zone. So in the sea of red, if you see a couple of Smurfs, that's me and my cousin John.
Hey, Kozlowski, baby. Let's go. I love it. Forward down the field. I mean, Frank, you are our favorite Lions fan. I am pulling for you. I can't wait to hopefully see you on TV on Sunday. Go get our asses a win. Looking forward to it. And before you get out of here, so tonight, you don't know this, but tonight, episode 70, where it's titled Bleeding the Honolulu Blue or Bandwagoner, ? And this is just a random thought. Would you like to take the quiz to determine if you're a true Honolulu Blue Lions fan or a bandwagoner?
I'm nervous, but yeah, I'll take your test. Let's see.
All right.
Let's hear it.
We're gonna have you hop off, and then we'll have you hop back on. Deal? We're gonna run
Sounds
through the and then the questions, and then you'll get back on. And then
sounds good.
This is not an official quiz. I came up with these questions today. These are just the Dylan Loga Honolulu Blue questions. But excited to have you do it.
Sounds good. Shoot me a text. I'll be back.
See you soon. Or
Yeah.
Fort Field Frank. All right, boys. Looking forward to that. That's some exuberant energy right there. Let's get right into the roundtable then. So Jim Harbaugh is gone. Max, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I instantly got the update and I texted a couple people saying what the hell. But I mean, looking back at it, the writing was on the wall. JJ, their whole offensive line, their Blake's gone. I mean, the writing was on the wall. It was just a matter of time. Just I guess Michigan couldn't get the money and couldn't get the pardons in order for him to have allegiance in the NCAA to do what he wants. So it's all right. Next man up mentality.
Yeah, Sam, any thoughts?
I mean, I don't know. Coaches only do so much at the end of the day, so we'll see what happens. But I think Michigan will be fine.
Nah, that dude's one of the best coaches in all sports, straight up. And I don't think I saw anyone happier in that parade than Jim Harbaugh. It just felt like he knew he was gone. He was so happy. He was smiling so much. I'm happy for him. I think he came to Michigan to win a national title and put the football program back on the tracks. As you recall, it was the Rich Rod era. They didn't even make a bowl game one year. It was bad. So he did that and then some. He won a national title for the University of Michigan football. They'll forever be national champions. 2023 national champions. Jim Harbaugh will forever go down a hero in Michigan football history. So I'm cool with it. Go blue. Max, what else you got?
This is a random thing, but Sam, you're moving at a bad time, dude. North Carolina is finally going to legalize sports betting. The
I was
day
just saying it the last night, man. They advertise that stuff all the dang time, and you cannot do it here. It's so annoying.
Well, now you're going to be able to. And they're dropping it at a prime time. Ready? March 11th at high noon, which is the day before the ACC men's basketball tournament starts. Genius. Where does it take place? Charlotte, North Carolina. Brilliant. Can't. Ingenious. And then it rolls right into March Madness. North Carolina's going to make a killing in sports betting.
I might go to North Carolina just to bet. You know, I can bet in Michigan. Who knows?
You can get free money there, probably.
Yeah, probably. Sign up. Good one, Max. I'm going to go off that. Actually, in Ohio, now if you go to a Kroger in Ohio, specifically in Dayton, Ohio, and Cincinnati, Ohio, you can go to a kiosk that has sports betting. So you can just go to Kroger now and put your bets down in the state of Ohio. Pretty sick.
Yeah,
Sam,
I got my milk and eggs, and I'm going to put this $20 parlay in.
No milk tonight. Parlay. Sam, what do you got?
The world is turning a certain direction. Honestly, I mean, beyond just watching a couple football games, I don't really have that much to talk about sports wise, honestly.
Sam, you weren't watching because there's a lot of things to talk about. How about the golf world? The amateur who won 1.5 million, Mr. Nick Dunlap.
He won 0, dude.
He won 1.5 million. He collected 0.
Yeah, crazy.
Second place finisher collects the money because he's still an amateur in college, so the PGA rules do not allow him to collect his earnings. Horseshit.
Yeah, just made second place, first place, second place, or third place, second place. The money just dropped down, which
Everyone
is
dropped to
stupid.
second place. But in my mind, do you think like maybe they all got together and were like, hey, let's shoot him a Venmo?
Probably. I honestly do think so.
$977,000 Venmo.
I mean, what's that? What's the difference in that? And then JJ McCarthy making that off wearing Beats headphones.
Yeah.
I see no harm in that. They should do that.
Max, go ahead.
Did you guys see the thing about TCU women's basketball team?
It's on my list. That's good.
Yeah. So they had so many injuries and like sicknesses that they had to forfeit 2 games because they didn't have enough girls. Now we're talking NCAA Division I, Big 12 basketball. Didn't have enough girls for 2 games.
They started like 12-2 too.
Yeah. So forfeited 2 games, had open tryouts last Thursday, Friday. They got a volleyball player, and then they got 3 new walk-ons in the starting lineup for their team this upcoming week. I haven't seen any records or anything, but it came across, and I was like, what the actual hell is this? Crazy. So if you're a girl at TCU and you missed your opportunity to be a D1 athlete, they would have been taking anybody probably.
Megan Plashko, our Gopher goalie, is now Horned Frog goalie. Maybe she didn't get the buck. Probably a little short for the basketball team. Maybe she can shoot though.
Maybe she should have shot her shot. Would have been sweet.
Sam, are you gonna buy a Super Bowl square this year?
Nah, I'm limiting the gambling that's occurring in my household to $0 this year.
Sam's limiting his sports gambling from 0 to 0. Very nice. Well, if you would like to Super Bowl square, reach out to me, and we're doing $5 squares. We have about 20 left right now. If there's enough interest, we'll do a second board.
Like Dylan
Max,
said last episode, it's the easiest money you can make, right?
Yeah. it's just stupid luck. Max, did you hear about the Milwaukee Bucks?
Yeah, firing their head coach, or
And-
having to pay 3 coaches on one salary.
And the next day, well, that too, but the next day, hiring Doc Rivers.
Oh yeah, that's what I
On
was thinking about that. But I think the funniest part is the fact that they're paying 3 separate coaches on one tab still. So they got Doc out of that. They had the other white dude, then they had the other black dude. So now they got 3 coaches on one salary. It's quality.
Adrian Griffin was fired this morning or yesterday afternoon, last night, and then Doc Rivers was hired this morning. Clearly, they knew what they were doing. I wanted to be known that the last game they played was against the Pistons, and Giannis was on the bench drawing up plays in disgust because of the fact that the Pistons kept it so close.
Also, let's make it be known that the Bucks record is like 30-13, so they're not a bad team. It's just like Dylan said, Giannis was in disgust of what was going on. So,
And how many wins do the Pistons have?
2, 3, 3.
7.
4.
Ah, damn.
All right, Max, you have any more?
Yeah. Do you guys know how many days it is till opening day?
45.
No, we did this last year and I nailed it. So give me a second here.
Yeah, you're fine. It's 2 different. So opening day for baseball or opening day for the Tigers. You can give me 2 numbers, Dylan. Sam, you're way off.
Oh,
sorry. Let me do 125.
no, that's me off too. It's gonna be 69.
Ooh, you are so close, Dylan. It is 70 for baseball, MLB in general, 72 for the Tigers.
Damn.
It's all right, but I was just bringing that up. There's only 2 guys inducted to the Baseball Hall of Fame this year. Sam, can you name one of them?
No.
Dylan.
Adrian Beltre.
Adrian Beltre. I'll give you a hint. Famous Minnesota Twins catcher, Sam.
Joe
Mauer. I don't know if you would bring a bell, but those are the only 2. And the list was a really long ballot. A guy that got snubbed, Mr. Gary Sheffield, he was on his last ballot and he got snubbed. People aren't up in arms about that. So
Barry Bonds gets snubbed. It's horseshit. Barry
Bonds.
Hall of Fame.
All right. Anyways, what else you got, Dylan?
Needles are a popular tool in the medical field. Why can't they be a popular tool in sports? I don't get that.
I mean, we have talked about letting them use steroids and really cranking up baseball. We've talked about it on this podcast, giving them corked bats, moving in the infield, making it a little league kind of thing. I'm with it.
I hit it. All right, my last one. Then we'll move on to Sam's Cooler Talk. Did you guys see? So we didn't even talk about this. We're not probably going to talk about it. Let me go back with 2 things here quick. I'm going to lose the NFL playoff bracket. I did very bad. I had the Bills coming out of the AFC, and I had the Cowboys coming out of the NFC. Horrible picks. So the Bills lost to the Chiefs, and one of the key plays was the Bills kicker Tyler Bass horribly missing a field goal way right. I don't know if you guys saw, but after the game in the last few days, Chiefs and Bills fans have donated more than $100,000 to his charity, which is 10 Lives Club, which is a local cat adoption facility. So really cool of all the Chiefs and Bills fans. And I'm a big fan of cats. So that's pretty sweet, Tyler Bass. Shout out to you for, even though sucking ass, you're still doing good things. All right, let's move on to Sam's Cooler Talk. Sam's Cooler Talk presented by Modelo. Shout out to Modelo. Looking for a crisp lager that's moderate on calories and masterful on flavor? Look no further than Modelo Especial, which I just had the other night, by the way. It's pretty good. On draft. Modelo Especial is more than just a Mexican winter sipper. It's the official beer of the Saturday morning hockey appearance and Thursday night. It's almost the weekend celebratories. Stop at your local Meijer or like-minded grocery store to grab yourself some Modelo Especial. It's cerveza straight to the cabeza. All right, Sam, question 1. Favorite line of all time?
Megatron.
Nice. He might come up in our quiz. Who played an NFC Championship game last year?
Like anybody?
who played in the NFC Championship game last year in the football?
No clue.
Well, who was in the Super Bowl?
Genuinely couldn't. I think I don't even know. It wasn't. Was it? I don't know. Eagles.
That was the NFC team, yeah.
Okay, cool. Got it.
Who did the Eagles beat, Max or Sam now?
That's tough. I'm gonna say like
It
Dallas.
wasn't the Chiefs, was it?
49ers, guys. Chiefs is in the Super Bowl, Sam.
Ah.
49ers are making their second straight NFC title game appearance. Sam, who you got in Australian Open?
Female Coco Gauff.
Okay.
And then men, I couldn't tell you. I think all the big names are out.
Got one
Federer?
left.
Nadal. Who?
He's retired. Novak.
No, I was getting there.
All right. When's the last time you've been to a Lions game?
I have no idea.
Crickets.
I know I've been. I think.
This is one of your worst cooler talks. All right. Could you make a 25-yard field goal?
How far?
25 yards. The kick of
Easy.
destiny. Easy. Wow.
Easy.
Gronkowski's kicking one in a live commercial like they did last year. He missed it. He's kicking another one this year. And if you select yes, he's going to make it, and he makes it on FanDuel, you get to split the pot of I think it's $15 million of bonus bets, but it's going to come out to being like $7 a person, basically.
Is it?
I picked
is it only
yes.
25 yards.
Yep.
25 yards, yep.
I picked yes. He missed last year. I feel like he's putting some work. He's not a guy that just goes around like
Loses.
yeah. So I picked yes.
All right, good job, Sam. I'm just kidding. That was horrible. Better luck next week. All right, let's get to the main segment of episode 70, Bleeding the Honolulu Blue or Bandwagoner. Ford Field Frank is back to join us for this segment. So I sort of briefly explained it earlier. I'm not too sure how I want to do this. I think we're going to go person by person by person, but it's going to be difficult because if you don't know the answer and then the person in front of you does know the answer, like Sam doesn't know the answer.
Yeah, it spills the beans a bit.
Exactly. So we're going to make Sam go first every time, and then we'll flip back and forth between Max. Let's get it going, boys. We got 20 questions here. This is the quiz to determine if you're a bandwagoner or you are a true Lions Honolulu Blue fan. Patent pending Dylan Loga quiz. Play along at home. If you get one right, or if you do well, let us know. I think to pass, you got to get at least 13 right out of 20-ish. So here we go. What year did the Detroit Lions go 0-16? Sam.
2016.
Max.
Like 2014.
Frank. This is a tough one to start.
2008.
That's why it's Ford Field Frank. What was their preseason? And Frank is correct. You both are wrong. What was their preseason record that year?
Me?
Whoever. Anyone.
I'm gonna go 3-0.
They played 4 games.
4-0.
4-0.
That's correct. They were 4-0. Good job, Max. It's a bonus point. All right. Here we go. Everyone should get this. This is a gimme for all our listeners. Name 5 former non-Stafford Lions. Sam, go ahead.
Bro, these are just
by the way.
trap questions. These are just trap questions from
Got
Dylan.
this. You got this.
Yeah, you got Megatron, Barry Sanders.
Keep going.
Hanson.
Yep.
Uh,
Dude, you can do it.
a blank, man. That's it.
All right, Max, go. Can't say. We'll say the ones he said.
Roy Williams,
Nice.
Dante Culpepper,
Nice.
Golden Tate,
Yep.
Darius Slay.
Yep.
One
More.
Sheesh. James. We're running back for the Saints now. The guy like Henning.
We'll accept it.
Yeah. What's his Jamal Williams? Jamal. Yeah. There you go.
All right, Frank, go.
Glover Quinn, Ndamukong Suh, Nick Fairley, Ziggy Ansah, DeAndre Levy.
Those are all good ones. Well done, Frank. Frank is 2-0. Here we go. I like this question. Sam, where did Zach Zenner go to college?
Who?
Zach Zenner. He's a white running back. I think he wore number 34, but don't quote me on that. Go ahead, Sam.
Doctor.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know. Yeah, BYU.
It's not horribly off. Max?
Michigan.
Nah, Frank.
South Dakota State, home of the Jackrabbits.
Correct. Frank is killing this.
There's two Zach Zenners.
No, Zenner.
Oh,
Zinter.
Zenner. I thought you meant Zinter, like the offensive lineman for the University of Michigan, who are national champions.
Yeah.
Very well done, Max. Half bonus point.
That's
Yeah, Max. All
Gotta
right,
respect the effort.
I do. How does the Lions victory song end?
Go Lions.
That's actually correct, Sam. I will give you that.
is correct.
Max, can you give me the 3 words before it?
Forward down the field, we will not yield.
We're still going to give it to you because go Lions. So Sam got it. So everyone's going to get a point here. But Frank, can you give me the 3 words before it? It's like blah, 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 blah.
A Lions victory.
There it is. That is correct. And it does end go Lions.
Yeah.
So everyone gets a point there. Good job. And that's your first point. All right, here we go. Who was the young receiver from Boise State University who committed more than 20 crimes and went to prison in California? Sam,
What?
you should know this. Sam,
I can like see his face, but I can't. I don't know his name. I remember the stories.
Max,
I have no idea. I'm gonna say Calvin Ridley.
I like it. Frank,
Henry Ruggs.
Is it Titus Young?
that's correct.
Ah.
Frank,
Better know Frank.
he's 4-field Frank for a reason. All right. All right. Since 2000, there have been. Oh, no. Different question. Since 2000, the 3 teams the Lions lost to in the playoffs are who? And you don't have to give the year. Just who are the 3 teams that the Lions have lost in the playoffs and since 2000? There's only 3 games. They're all on the road. Max, you're going to go first in this one.
Saints.
Correct?
Dallas. Seahawks.
Shit. He's correct. So everyone gets its point because I said correct. Already. Good job, Max. I knew
Thank
Frank's going to get it and Sam wasn't. So let's get everyone a point there.
Yeah, I had none of those teams. It was going to be any of my guesses.
All right. I will not say correct. I screwed up on that one. It's on me. Name of the Oregon Duck who the Lions drafted at quarterback. I'm like, I don't have the exact year, but I want to say like 2003 or 2005. Sam.
I have no idea.
Max.
I only know like 2 Oregon quarterbacks since I've been alive: Marcus Mariota and Bo Nix. So
This is tough. See, this might be more my age. Frank's definitely going to get this.
So I have no idea.
Joey Harrington, aka Joey Blue Skies.
That's correct.
Yeah, I had no idea. You could have just straight up asked me where Joey Harrington go to college, and I would have looked at you with cross-eyed.
Well,
He was on the cover of NCAA that year.
He was.
Oh,
Hold on, I might
shit.
have it.
Oh,
Extremely bonus points if he has it. While he looks, we continue onward. Sam
Don't have it.
does not. That's all right. Sam, I do think you're going to be able to get this one and Max. Where did Calvin Johnson go to college and where did Barry Sanders go to college?
Johnson was Georgia Tech. Barry Sanders, no clue. I'm going to say, like, I don't even know what to guess. Michigan? But no.
Okay. Max?
Virginia?
Georgia Tech is right for Megatron, and Barry Sanders' alma mater is sadly on my do not bet list, Oklahoma State.
That is correct. Frank would have gotten those right, so we're still going to give him the points. We're going to keep plugging. When he gets back, he'll join back in. Sam, you get a half point there.
What question are we on? Are we on 7? I'm keeping score at home here.
I got it. Don't worry. Yeah. Who is the Lions' all-time point leader? Sam.
Point leader.
Already might have said him.
Barry Sanders? Megatron?
Max.
Stafford?
Mr. Hansen.
That's all right. Correct.
You said him already, Sam. As one of your former players.
Frank's getting
Bro,
that one.
how's he the point leader? He kicked field goals.
Yeah, and he kicked a lot of extra points and a lot of field goals. That adds up.
All right, we're going forward. Where did the Lions? All right, I really hope you guys both get this one. Where did the Lions play before Ford Field?
The Super
Name of
Field.
them. Max.
Silverdome.
That's correct.
Damn.
Do you both know when Ford Field opened? What year?
97.
Max.
I want to say like 2003.
I don't think I would have gotten this one right. It was 2002. This was a tough one.
Do you know when they held the Super Bowl?
2006 or 8. I think 6 feels right though.
6. It was right after they opened.
You know who was in the Super Bowl?
I just saw the highlight video. I want to say it was like Green Bay versus somebody weird, like the Rams. No?
Steelers Seahawks.
Oh, okay. Damn.
Frank has a dead laptop, but he's gonna be back on soon. He'll join in when we get there. Who famously? This is a good one. We'll do this one. Who is the Lions mascot's name? What is the Lions mascot's name? Max?
Rory.
Sam? I would phone a friend here, Sam.
Rory?
That's correct.
We got Paul. We got Rory.
All right. This is another easy one. Who owns the Lions? Sam.
It's the Ford family.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much right. We'll accept that for half. Oh, never mind. We're gonna owns the Lions.
Martha Ford.
Frank, who owns the Lions?
Oh.
Sheila Ford Hamp.
That is the absolute correct answer. Sheila's parents were Martha and William.
So I get a point too then. Just because
Yeah,
doesn't mean
sort of.
anything.
You guys kind of all do there. That was whatever. All right. Frank, you're back. You missed a couple, but we knew you would have got them. For example, who is the Lions' all-time point leader?
Jason Hansen.
Yes, sir. Knew it. I know you knew who the Lions mascot's name is.
Rory.
Yeah, love it. All right, here's a new one. Who famously wore number 44 as a running back for the Detroit Lions?
Me?
Yeah.
Sam? Max?
I'm
Frank.
Max Brenson.
Javid Best.
That is correct.
Wow.
Who is the most? This is opinionated, but I'm still going to say it. Who is the most famous? Who is the most famous fullback in Lions history? Sam.
The fullback. Shoot, bro. I can barely tell you what they do.
Max.
I mean, I don't know. That's
Frank.
tough.
You definitely don't want to get headbutted by this guy because he's got a full load for a noggin. Corey Schlesinger.
That's correct. Yep. Love it. Well done. All right. What is about our favorite line? The Dominican Sioux. Looks like we have a little Sioux fan over there. Mr. Frankie Kozlowski. Hello. Welcome to the show.
FK3 are famous, dude.
Guest appearance.
It's not past his bedtime yet, and he's ready to help his dad answer some Lions questions to determine if
That's
he's
right.
Honolulu Blue. I'll tell you right now, Frank is bleeding Honolulu Blue. Max and Sam. It is a very age discretionary type quiz.
It wouldn't matter, Dylan.
Exactly, Frankie. You might not get a couple. You might get a couple of these right. Like I bet you Frankie knows the mascot's name, Rory, guaranteed.
Oh yeah, he got a little Rory doll in his room.
Love that. All right, this is a good one.
Baker, help me out.
Shout out to Brooke.
Shout out to Brooke.
Heyo. GHL Brooke. All right, Ndamukong Suh. What was his most infamous dirty play? And hint, it occurred on Thanksgiving Day game.
Yeah, he stepped on a player.
Can you tell me where he stepped on him?
I want to say it was his chest.
All right, Max.
Step. Chest or thigh. that general region there.
Frank?
Ooh, you might have me here. So when you mentioned Thanksgiving, I thought you might have been talking about maybe, or before there was two of them. He kind of pretended not to have feeling in his feet and stepped on Aaron Rodgers' calf. I loved everything about it, by the way.
Yep.
I believe he stomped his arm or leg. I want to lean leg.
All right. The Rodgers thing definitely happened. Stepped on Rodgers' calf, was not on Thanksgiving. He also kicked a former Tampa Bay player in the nuts.
Yes.
The play I am referring to is on Thanksgiving against the Packers. He stepped on a lineman's arm. But everyone gets a point. Everyone gets the stomping point there.
Didn't he go after somebody's eyes at one point?
He was doing that. I remember that.
Feels right. Feels right.
Feels like he was getting inside their mask and trying
Yeah.
to get their eyes.
Love that.
Dude was a freak. Like, he should have probably won the Heisman in college, and then he got drafted by the Lions.
That Big 12 championship game alone, he almost single-handedly won it for Nebraska. Like, I think he had like 5 sacks, 4 tackles for loss, like just stupid video game numbers in a championship game. And Nebraska was just ass that year. He managed to make it a close game with Texas. I believe that was that Colt McCoy Texas team too.
Feels correct. Yes. Damn, that's wild. Wild to think about that. All right, here's a good one that Sam and Max will not get, but maybe Frank will. What position, and maybe you guys get this, what position did Chris Spielman play for the Lions? And for bonus points, where did he go to college? Sam?
He played as a lineman.
Max?
Linebacker, Ohio State.
And that's correct. And, oh, shit, fuck. Frank?
Linebacker, Ohio State. Hundo P.
Excellent. I knew you were going to get that. I saw your face. And Sam, you should have gotten this. Max got it because there's a picture of Chris Spielman holding our dad's second favorite son, me. Oh, yeah.
All right,
I got the line part. I mean, that should be like a quarter of a point.
So true.
It's true.
It's true, Sam. You're up to a quarter. Right, I'll give it to you. All right, where are we at? Here we go. Since 1975, who is the only non-interim Lions head coach to be fired with a winning record? Max?
Jim Caldwell.
Sam?
Caldwell.
Frank?
Jim overrated Caldwell.
Yep, that is correct. Jim Caldwell. And he was African American, if anyone's wondering. All right, let's move on to another question. All right, I only have a couple left.
I'm sorry. It sounds like Michael Vick's house in my house right now with his dog.
Hey, we won't report you. Don't worry. Which Lions quarterback ran out of the end zone? And for another bonus point, what team were the Lions playing during this infamous play? Sam.
I mean,
Thanks,
it couldn't have been Stafford, but I'm gonna say it was Stafford because I can't go further back, and then they were playing, I don't even know, Cowboys.
Max.
Let me go with my guy Dante Culpepper, and they're playing the Jets.
I like the variety. Frank.
The confidence in Max's.
Dan Orlovsky. And I only remember the team because I remember a specific player on the team. My dude, Jared Allen from the Minnesota Vikings, rocking the classic 69.
Yep, that is correct.
That is so true. Because when dipshit MILF Hunter stepped out of the back of the end zone, all they were talking about was Dan Orlovsky doing it too and making fun of him. I should have known that.
Yep. Damn it. See, come on. These aren't that hard.
Yeah, Max, come on.
All right, I think we have one left. One question left. The Lions have had 3 Williams receivers in my history. Give me their first name and what college they went to. We're gonna start with Max. 3 of them.
Roy. I'm gonna say the University of Miami.
He is from Florida.
What?
He is from Florida. I will say.
So I'm gonna go locking that in Miami. JMO, Bama. The third one, I have no idea.
Third one is dead.
Yeah. Don't know. That's where I'm at.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, I Had the Jamal Williams in Alabama, and then beyond that, no clue.
All right, Frank.
Said Williams. Roy Williams, Texas. Mike Williams, USC, an absolute fucking bust. And Jamison Williams, Bama.
There it is. That is correct. Well done, Frank.
The
Holy
people
shit.
we took, or that when we took Mike Williams, the people that were still on the board will make your heart stop.
Yep. I still remember it. Also, shout out, I don't know if Max and Sam, you guys remember this one. I know Frank will. Another wild bust that came from Michigan State University and Saginaw, Michigan. Go ahead, Frank.
Charles Rogers.
Charles Rogers. Yeah.
Funny side story about Charles Rogers. I didn't even recognize him, but he was in front of me at a gas station back when I was ripping darts and getting a pack. And in front of me, this, the guy's like shaking his head. And I don't know, he like clearly wants me to ask what happened. So I go, hey, man, what's going on? He's like, I just can't believe I let Charles Rogers slide on $2. The dude like signed like a $60 million guaranteed contract because that was like when like where you were drafted determined how much you made, which it still kind of does, but they kind of restructured it a lot. And dude, that guy made like, was he the number 2 overall pick, right?
Number 2, yep.
50 million guaranteed over like 4 years. And like you even look at that now, that's good money for a wide receiver now. 50 million guaranteed over 4, like
Nuts. And
crazy.
he did not make it. I don't even think he made the full 4 years.
He is like another example of like Aaron Hernandez, who just went to the exact wrong team. He needed to get out of Michigan, get away from the bad people that were surrounding him, and just kind of find a new crowd and just find a love for football. He went to the worst team he could have possibly went to, and it was the Lions.
I'm going to say it. I have one more question. I'm very confident Ford Field Frank's going to get this right. I am blown away that you've done so well on this. I thought I came up with a pretty good quiz. I apologize to Max and Sam. They are a little young. So our listeners, hopefully you're around my age bracket to determine if you were a true Honolulu Blue Lions fan. The last question, though, before we get to the conclusion of this episode. Sam, I don't know. I have hope. I hope you know. We sat and watched this game. I know you were sitting in the living room with me. What did Marty Mornhinweg famously do in an overtime game in Chicago in 2002?
Bro, I was 7.
Fair point. That's a fair point.
I was 4. How am I supposed to answer?
I don't even know who this Marty dude is. He played for the Lions.
I'm gonna take a kind of. I'm gonna take a
He was a Lions
educated guess.
Yeah. Yep.
He deferred.
Frank?
He went for 2.
I'll be honest, I didn't even realize if I had the incident correct that it was Marty Mornhinweg that did this. But yeah, I believe we're gonna kick the ball and we're gonna win the game. If this is who I'm thinking of. I don't know about this one. I'm a little
That's
off.
spot on. Max, your educated guess, and Frank, your knowledge of the moment without having to know who did it is correct. Marty Mornhinweg opted. He won the toss, did not defer. He said, we'll kick. He chose the side, basically kicked because there was horrible winds. But this is before it was first team. This is Wild's first team score wins. Kicked to the Bears. Bears went down, kicked a field goal. The game was over.
I can't, like, you would think Marty would be better than that. Like, he's had some pretty good teams. He's a pretty damn good coach. Like, what a dipshit.
Came to the Lions and was absolute ass. But now things are different. The Lions are headed to the NFC Championship game against the 49ers, where Frank will be there. Can't wait. We're all huge Lions fans. Whether or not you got Sam, like if you got only 3 of these questions right, Max, if you got 11 of them right, or if you're Frank who went 20 for 20, we're all Lions fans one way or another. That's all for episode 70 of Legally Teaching Engineer Sports, Bleeding the Honolulu Blue, or Bandwagoner. Our quote from Dan Campbell, Motor City Dan himself: when you knock us down, we're going to get up, and on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off. Let's fucking go, Dan. Let's go, Lions.
Let's go.
Let's go.
God, I can't wait. You know what?